A lot of streams of Christianity don't treat the grace of God like an Amazon order. You don't get it until you press buy now. And the way they talk about it is actually really helpful for processing your everyday life. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. There's a lot of streams of Christianity that are really loud and get a lot of attention that say that really the way that you receive God's grace is that you say a magic prayer and then the result is that you get to go to heaven. It's really transactional and seems pretty small. But there's another way that a lot of streams of Christianity talk about God's grace that is so much bigger and really helpful. What they say is that God's grace, and oftentimes that word is sort of interchanged with God's love. It's present with us all the time. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you love God or not, whether you claim God as a Christian or whatever, God's grace is there all the time. The love of God is there all the time. And you experience it. You experience it in a bunch of different ways. So one of the ways that you might experience it is like seeing a sunset or holding a baby. It's this beautiful experience of the transcendent and of the divine. And what it does in life is pretty interesting. So while the people who have that transactional view of the grace of God talk about, the rewards of following God being God's blessing and God's favor and sometimes like a promotion at work, it doesn't really work out because there's a lot of times that people who are horrible people that don't believe in God or whatever get the promotion and you don't. The people who have this more expansive view of the grace of God, the love of God, would say that it's kind of like the positive force in the universe. There's a Bible verse that says every good and perfect gift comes from the Father above. So in other words, God loves everybody and God blesses everybody. Jesus at some point says God makes the rain to fall on the righteous and the unrighteous. And in a culture that was very agrarian, like rain is a good thing. And so the idea is that God is always with us, always loving us, and always trying to find ways to bless us and make our lives better. And that bigger view of God, of the love of God, can be so helpful as you're processing life and your experience, that the good things in the world come from God. And when you reach out to connect with God, you're actually reaching out to connect with not some judgmental person that's trying to send you to hell and only giving special gifts to the people who like God, but you're reaching out to connect with a being that is all about loving, all about blessing, whether you believe in that being or not and follow that being or not.